Hi Sagittarius, welcome to the full moon in Leo reading for January 25th and 26th of 2024. Full moons close out cycles. The trajectory or the direction, I was going to say the trajection. Maybe I made up a new word. The trajectory of this reading is number 1, so we're initiating something here. We have an impetus to do something. It's events, so it could be a gathering of some sort, a party, an engagement of some sort, great achievements. Maybe you are getting an award, you have to go to an award ceremony, but something new is beginning here, and it's a great achievement. Nice. Very nice. And that is the direction the reading is going in, but your focus for the next 2 weeks is getting there. Wow. 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands is slow and steady progress, moving towards your goal, but, at a plodding pace. 10 is the end of a situation while simultaneously beginning something new. Number 1, impetus, right? The inspiration, the impetus to do something new. The initiative. This is, but finishing stuff up first with that 10 of Wands. It can feel slow, it can feel plodding, but it's kind of like you see the end in sight, and that makes it even slower. This is taking your responsibilities and moving forward with it to the finish line. Okay? All right, so I'm going to lay out all the cards. The first column is where you find yourself at the time of this full moon, or what you are consciously closing out here during this period. Okay? Then the center column is you, how you're behaving in the situation, what you're thinking, how you're feeling, what personality you're taking on. That's interesting, the Queen of Cups. You've got a couple of personalities there. And the last, multiple personalities this 2 weeks. And the last column is probable outcome. Probable because there are some things we can change and some things we are meant to experience, but always to further our growth, especially on an internal level. Okay, let's have a look here. Well, you have 2 5s. 2 5s equal 10. So we do have this little triangle going on here. There is something changing, though, with the 2 5s. And you're working very hard to finish things up. Now, 5 of Swords. First of all, not that many people can do it to a Sagittarius, but we don't want anybody playing us for a fool here. The 5 of Swords is a difficult card. First of all, 5 is changeability. This card is saying your words have impact. And it may be you who has an impact on other people, or other people's words may have an impact on you, because this is what's happening at the time of the full moon. And these can be difficulties. This is something that was very hard won. It's kind of like you get what you want, but it wasn't the way you wanted it. You had to go through a lot to get to that win. It can also be humiliation, and that's what I mean by somebody playing you for a fool, or you playing somebody else for a fool. Mind your words, and if you don't want to have this kind of difficulty, this card always says check your ego at the door. But I still have to come back to great achievements, right? This is a very positive card, and so it can be something that was very hard won. And you're on to, again, like I say, a new adventure. This is pure potential. The Fool. It is taking a leap of faith. But it's also possible, and this is what I mean, that you took a leap of faith in someone, or someone took a leap of faith in you, and maybe it didn't turn out like they had hoped. The outcome may have been what you wanted, but getting there was really difficult, or you had to go through, or they had to go through a lot of stuff to get there. Let's see how that's aspected. I think mostly the Fool card is positive, but like I said, the negative side of it, and it is negatively aspect, is somebody playing you, right? Somebody playing you for a fool. Somebody manipulating the situation. Yeah, the Nine of Wands. So this is, for me, this is a very cautious energy. And so it's very possible that you're taking a leap of faith into a new situation, but you don't want to find yourself back in this position, back in the Five of Swords, having to work so hard for the achievement, right? Because these are all of your experiences, and you're kind of protecting them, right? But it's also sort of looking over your shoulder, like, been there, done that, and I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm going to take very cautious steps in this new endeavor, right? This new beginning, because it was difficult. It was, and I'm taking my responsibility for what happened moving forward, but I don't want it to happen again. This can be a bit of a defensive stance as well, and this is quite a defensive card too. This is biding your time. And so maybe you were waiting or are waiting for things to go in your favor, but this is definitely biding your time card. And because you're being cautious about something, like I said, maybe something happened prior that was difficult, or it didn't work out quite the way you wanted it to, and so you're making sure that everything is ready to go, or the things that are being set in motion are the way you want them to go because of past experience. Okay. How you're behaving? You're behaving like the Queen of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Now, the Queen of Cups is water, so you can be emotional. You can be a little bit moody. It does feel a little bit of a moodiness, but with the feeling that you feel very deeply. Now we're talking about the Page of Pentacles here, which is my Capricorn card. Scorpio and Capricorn, again, Scorpio very much on the defensive. If somebody's saying something to you, you might sting back, right? You might, if they're being difficult, if they're saying things that you don't like them to, you can be very defensive, but then with the stinger. These are angels on her cup, but if it's Scorpio, it can also be something that you use. It's the stinger, right? The stinger that comes back to defend itself. And the Page of Pentacles. Now this is because Capricorn is half goat, half fish. So there is a very emotional side to Capricorn. But the problem is they don't have the words to express it. They find it very difficult to express what they're feeling on an emotional level. But they feel very deeply. And so it feels to me like if you can't express, it's like a frustration card to me. It feels very kind of like frustration, especially with these. If somebody attacks you, if somebody says something out of turn or that you don't like, because you cannot express that deep emotional thing, you'll just react back with the stinger. Having said that, on a very positive side, the Queen of Cups is somebody who shares, who's very kind and offers, offers something. They're sharing. They want to share. They're very helpful, very emotional. And the Page of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, on a positive side, is somebody who has learned something new and they're ready to show it to the world. They wanna get started with it. And that can be the great achievement, right? This initiative, this ending of one cycle, the beginning of something new. Okay, I'm going to say this is neutrally aspected, because the Emperor card is somebody in charge. It's a father card. So you can be being the great benefactor, setting down foundations, getting something started here with that Emperor card. The Emperor can create rules and regulations for the good of everyone, or they can rule with an iron fist. And so I feel like you can kind of go either way, or maybe you go both during this time period. And sometimes you can be benevolent and sharing and giving, and sometimes if somebody rubs you the wrong way, you can be a little bit stingy. But we are trying to establish some foundation here with the Emperor. This is associated with Aries. And so, again, that goes back to the Fool card, where we're kind of taking a new initiative. This is a leap of faith. And again, this is somebody who's setting down foundations. Aries, however, is somebody who likes to trailblaze. But this is the Father card, so you may be in a position of power here, in a position of authority. Okay, the last column is the probable outcome. So the great benefactor, right? The Emperor, he gives, as does she, and he's ready to offer something as well. He's holding up that pentacle. And so this is somebody who is sharing, right? This is charitable card. And it can be to people who are having some emotional difficulty, or maybe you're feeling that way, maybe you're receiving. This is the card. This card warns that what you are giving, watch what people are doing with it. Are they frivolous with the help that you're giving them, or are they using it to empower themselves and help themselves out of situations? Because there's a hierarchy here. This is the have-nots, right? And we're trying to balance the scales. We want to help. I have a lot, so let me help other people who do not. But it can also be on an emotional level. People who are grieving, people who feel emotionally distraught, people who are feeling as if they don't have, right? There can be somebody around you, or it can be you, and you may be feeling the loss of something. This is the grieving card. The idea here is not to stay in this energy too long. Yes, there's a grieving period. Yes, you should understand what you've lost, but there are still a couple of things that are still standing. And if you continue on in this grieving period, or the person that you're dealing with, right? If they continue on in this situation, it can become depression. And so we always want to, I know it's silly, but look on the bright side of life. Yes, 3 cups have fallen, but there are still 2 left. And if you turn your attention, right, if you pivot and turn your attention to what is good, that will grow. And what is good is there's help around. There's people to help. Whether that's you or somebody else helping you, it doesn't really matter. There are good people out there who are trying to help out situations. Great achievements. So it can be you, the person who is helping others out. Look at that. Really nice. Wow. Whether you're helping somebody out or somebody's helping you out, it looks like they're doing good things with it. This is a strong, independent individual. It's also the luxury card. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you are giving out, watch what they're doing. Are they spending it on, something luxurious when they should be paying their rent? That kind of thing. But it is an independent card. It's a strong, independent person through their own hard work creates a luxurious life of their own. Great achievements, okay? And the hard work that you put into it with that 10 of Wands. It does feel like a mixed bag for me. I do feel like there's some sort of loss, especially with that 5 of Swords. Something, again, you get what you want, but it's not the way you wanted it. There is some sort of a loss that is that's felt, but eventually, like, we're really standing on our own 2 feet via the help of somebody else, or somebody ends up standing on their 2 feet through your help and generosity. The Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is generous, and the Emperor is generous, and to be quite frank, the Page of Pentacles is generous because they want to empower other people. Wow, feels kind of important. What does Spirit want you to know? Closeness. Your unicorn is so very close to you. Spirit is close to you. The universe is close to you. You can feel the energy. Maybe you're feeling close to somebody else to support them and help them, or vice versa. Somebody is close to you to help and support you. through a great achievement, through this responsibility and finishing up something that you needed to do at this time. Okay? All right. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for listening. I will return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. Until then, take very good care. Bye for now.